but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you'll feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
You see, baby, now I don't want to go out there and set that great big world on fire. 'Cause I love you too much, honey child. I just want to start a little flame deep down in your heart. And another thing here, now in my heart, honey child, I have one sure enough desire. Yes, you guessed it right again, you see, that was you. Now ain't nobody else never gonna do. No way, no how.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you'll feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
Gang! Let me tell you, this is a time when you wish you had a studio audience, and maybe one of these days we'll have a studio audience. I hope so. We will be back. We've teased you just a little bit, but we had to put them right at the top of the show because they're coming back, and we'll hit more of the nostalgia trail a little bit later. Right now, why don't you stick close? Commercial message, of course, and then we're going to show you some of the most beautiful dolls you've seen in a long time. What a kick it is for me. Jim Nabbie, our guest, of course, and he is the gentleman who's taken the place of Bill Kenny, who, with Ink Spot's famous, the one, I guess the lead singer is always the one they remember the name of.
Yes, yes, mostly because he's out front and he's doing the things, you know, and whatnot.
And he had a very unique voice anyway, with that, so high, I mean, no one else could do it.
Yes. Bill had a very good falsetto. And I use head tones. There's a difference between a head tone and a falsetto. Johnny Mathis uses head tones.
Yeah.
Andy Williams, head tones. You get a truer sound, and it sounds like the natural voice at times.
Jim, why don't you introduce the guys over here for us on
Sure.
piano?
At the keyboard is Bill Spooner, our musical conductor and arranger, you know. And our bass and narrator is Harold Winley. And the second tenor is Sonny Hatchett, and the guitarist, of course, King Drake.
And that opening number was such a part of my growing up period, and I'm sure yours as well.
Yes, that was my music.
Because that was your music.
Sure. I'd almost forgotten about that song. We had a request, and that's why we changed and did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose, what is the most requested number?
The most requested is If I Didn't Care, and we call it the national anthem.
The national anthem, yeah, because everybody thinks of that first.
Everybody thinks of If I Didn't Care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, do you get into other other idioms, any other up-tune type modern music, or do you stay pretty much in the idiom of the Ink Spots?
Well, we get into the other things. We get into some things. I mean, especially our bass narrator, Harold. He is very versatile, and he does quite a number of things. So does Sonny Hatchett, you know.
Yeah.
But I stick with the If I Didn't Care.
Yeah. Straight line Ink Spots. Okay. You're going to be in town at the Hukilau restaurant in Fairview Heights, Illinois. For all of those of you who have been over there, at the Hukilau restaurant until well, through Saturday night.
Through Saturday night, and the food is delicious.
All right. You've already checked that out.
Oh, yes.
Let's hear a little bit more.
All right, be happy
to. And for a lot more of it, it's at the Hukilau through Saturday night.
Very tender. Little mama, do you surrender to me? Little keyboard.
Dynamite. Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
It was just terrific. And
Thank you.
We'll remind all of you that for a lot more nostalgia, we'll take you right back to the 40s and the 50s with the Ink Spots. The Hukilau restaurant through Saturday, and thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Oh, it was dynamite. Thanks so much. We're coming back. Don't go away.
Yeah.
Stay with
We welcome you back. Well, they must be doing something right because the Ink Spots sound has been around for nearly 50 years now. Precisely 50 years, next year to be exact. They came out of Indianapolis back in 1932, organized by the late Deke Watson. It was his idea and his format, and the Ink Spots took the world by storm, especially with their song, If I Didn't Care, became an international hit in the mid-30s. The last of the original Ink Spots, Bill Keeney, died about 3 years ago. But a man who's been with them since 1945 keeps the act alive. You'll meet him and hear the original Ink Spot sounds. All you have to do is kind of close your eyes and you think you're listening to a recording. The sound is nearly the same. And there is some good backup by a three-piece combo organized by Granite City music store giant John Fornicescu.
But my every friend beginning with just your name.
That's Jimmy Habbie leading the song that the Spots now call their national anthem. Jimmy joined the group 31 years ago, and he brings this revised rendition of the Ink Spots to our area this week. They opened a 4-night run last night at that exciting Hukila restaurant in suburban Fairview Heights, Illinois. Their show begins at 8 tonight, and there are 2 shows tomorrow and 2 more on Saturday evening, but we do recommend that you get reservations. We talk with the lead singer. How did you get hooked up with them back in '45? Were they looking for somebody? Did you hear about them and go audition, or how did that work?
Yes, there was a thing like that. Bill Kenny had become, restless, and he was going to leave the group. So this mutual friend knew of my talents, my singing. At that time, I was singing, classics. I wanted to be a Jan Pierce. But anyway, he knew of my talents, and then he knew that Deke Watson, the leader, was looking for a tenor. And I was about 50 pounds thinner then, same height, double teeth like Bill Kenny and whatnot, and used the same mannerisms. So he suggested, and I just fell right on him because these were the songs that were popular at the time, and I didn't have to learn anything, I'd been studying, so I knew harmony, and so I just fell right on it.
The arrangements pretty much the same as when the group started?
The arrangements are the same. The only thing that has changed slightly is the tempo. I've stepped up tempos just a little because of the electronics and, the things we have to do.
Yes, it's imitation, really, isn't it, at this point, trying to create a sound that once was and trying to...
No, it's not. It's not imitation because, as I say, this was my thing and that was my music.
Yeah.
And these were the songs just like you can go out today and approach a youngster, and the music today is boom, 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 and whatever it is, and he will sing you a song like this from one of the groups that he likes, and he might know all of their music. You see?
Yeah.
So that's what he likes. This is a part of him because he's growing up now, and when he becomes 26, 27, he will still remember boom, boom, boom. You see what I mean?
It just etches in there, doesn't it?
Right.
Oh, you feel when they come to see you, they want to hear the Ink Spots.
That's right. As a matter of fact, we were working quite some time ago, Evansville, Indiana, where we, hold a record attendance, and this was back some time. And the gentleman used to come in all the time, listen to the music, and we were doing, some of the top 40, whatnot, mixing in with the stuff. He says, Jim, he was plastered this night. He says, why do you knock your brains out trying to keep up with, the top 10 or something? I said, just do Ink Spots and forget about it. People will love it. Next show, go do Ink Spots. So I went up and the people gave me a standing ovation. They loved it. So I said, well, I'll try it the next night. So the next night, the first show right on through, I did nothing but Ink Spots. And they say, that's what we came to hear. And say, if you do that, you will be different from other groups.
The Ink Spots are on the Whirlwind National Tour, and they are in as much demand today as they were in their heyday back in the 30s and the 40s. The kids, it seems, have found them now, and a whole new world is opening up to them. Their competition from the old days, groups like the Charioteers and the Deep River Boys, have long since faded from the entertainment scene. So the Ink Spots keep as busy as that other legendary group, the Mills Brothers. Again, they're at the Hukila restaurant in Fairview Heights, a restaurant where Tahitian dancing and hula skirts are a common sight. But the 4-day change of scene is a welcomed one, especially when it's being replaced by a large portion of musical history. That's all at large for tonight. We're going to break away for a moment or two, but as you can see, some folks have joined us on the set.
Right.